हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज हम कंटिन्यू करेंगे गेंशिन इम्पैक्ट एंड आपको तो पता ही होगा हम लोग क्या कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं। दिस इज शेषनाया एंड ये वाला क्वेस्ट है एवर विंटर विदाउट मर्सी, जिसका चैप्टर 7 है ये एंड पार्ट आई थिंक 4 है इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग। तो इसके पिछले जितने पार्ट्स थे मैंने एक साथ खेले थे एंड खेलने के बाद मेरी मैं बहुत लगातार खेल रहा था तो एंड मेरी तबीयत भी बहुत ख़राब थी तो मेरे को सोना पड़ा। ठीक है, मेरी एनर्जी लो होती जा रही है। अगर आप लोग पिछला वीडियो देखोगे आपको थोड़ा लगेगा कि मेरी एनर्जी लो है। ठीक है, तो फिर मैंने ये सब रख दिया, फिर मैंने खाना पीना कर लिया, मैं थोड़ा रेस्ट लिया, दवाई ववाई खा लिया मैंने एंड आई एम गुड टू गो। ठीक है, तो चलो फिर से एक्साइटमेंट के साथ हम लोग कंटिन्यू करते हैं। वैसे थोड़ा बोरिंग भी हो गया था बीच में। ठीक है, वो पियरो वाले चीज़ के बाद से थोड़ी चीज़ें उतनी ज़्यादा खतरनाक कुछ चीज़ें नहीं हुई। बट गाइज हम लोगों ने ट्रेलर देखा है, वी नो क्या होने वाला है। ठीक है, वी नो एंड क्यों होने वाला है, कैसे होगा, क्या होगा। चलो गाइस देखते हैं। ठीक है, कंटिन्यू करते हैं, ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं वेस्ट करूँगा। ओके, हम लोग शेजनाया में हैं एंड हम लोगों को वहाँ पे जाना है, शेजनो ग्रैड वेशे या कुछ बोलते हैं इसको। बेसिकली हम लोग को वहाँ पे जाके जहाँ पे पॉलिटिकल बातें होती हैं तो हम लोग को वहाँ पे जाके पॉलिटिकल बातें सुननी है। ठीक है, उधर मैं बात तो नहीं कर पाऊँगा बट मेरे को एटलीस्ट सुन के कुछ पता तो चल जाएगा कि क्या चल रहा है। ये वो जगह है। ठीक है, यहाँ पे ये बेसिकली पार्लियामेंट है। ठीक है, इसको पार्लियामेंट समझो तुम लोग। एंड लैग हो रहा है उसके लिए बहुत भाई तहे दिल से माफी। मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता भाई, मेरे पास रैम नहीं है। एक ही रैम स्टिक पे चल रहा है भाई।
Will you be sitting in on a session of the Vetcha?
Sorry, I'm not taking interviews today. Oh good, you're here. The session's about to begin. Let's get inside.
Please wait, Miss Vodenitsa. Could you introduce me to your new friend?
चलो पार्लियामेंट भाई शुरू होने वाला है एंड आई थिंक यहाँ पे हम लोगों को पुलचिनेला का एंट्रेंस देखने को मिलेगा। बाय द वे गाइस, मैंने एक चीज़ शायद नहीं बोली थी बट नहीं बोला बट मेरे दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा, बट मैं फिर से बोल देता हूँ। पियरो जब आया था, ठीक है, उसको प्रॉपर टाइटल कार्ड के साथ इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं किया गया। आई एम लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड कि अभी जब नेक्स्ट टाइम वो मिलेगा तब प्रॉपर टाइटल कार्ड के साथ और फार्म करते हुए आना चाहिए। ठीक है, ये मेरा होप है गाइस, लेट्स सी क्या होता है, क्योंकि वी ऑल नो, ठीक है, वी ऑल नो पियरो कौन है। हम लोग कितने सालों पहले से जानते हैं पियरो को।
In summary, the energy management commitments made for the outgoing period have been delivered upon. Furthermore, both the production and consumption of Presnic crystal show clear signs of stabilizing.
अच्छा, 5th of the 11th for you Harbinger, मैंने बस नीचे का पढ़ा। I'm sorry, my bad. मैं इसको देख रहा था।
The relevant agencies have assessed the present circumstances and determined that the status quo can be sustained until the next period. For detailed statistics, I would refer you to the industry reports that have been distributed to all persons present.
Honestly, I think देखो सारे हार्बिंजर्स में से ना, I think नॉर्मल इंसान, बस इंसान तो नहीं फे, बट ये नॉर्मल है विदाउट एनी पावर्स। इसकी पावर बस ये इसका पॉलिटिकल पावर है।
It should also be noted that while the recent blizzards have led to a significant increase in people's energy expenses, this is strictly a short-term phenomenon associated with a remotely located monster.
वैसे अभी तक हम लोगों को फ्लिंस के जैसे टाइप के फे नहीं दिखे, वो रोशनी वाले। आई थिंक वो जितना तक मेरे को पता है वो लोग काफ़ी हाई कैटेगरी से बिलोंग करते थे एंड उनका वो ख़त्म हो गया था। काफी इंटरेस्टिंग होगा अगर फ्लिंस के टाइप का एक और कोई हम लोग को दिख जाए या उसके प्रजाति का कोई दिख जाए।
Her Majesty the Tsaritsa is giving her full attention to this matter. We should have every confidence that it will be dealt with swiftly and conclusively. A financial report on disaster relief is also present in this report, courtesy of Pantalone.
Pantalone भी है यहाँ पे।
They cover the same old ground every single time. The rooster never seems to mind, but everyone else is getting tired of it. There's a general lack of trust. People aren't seeing any tangible benefits that affect them directly. Of course, None of that will be reflected in any of the reports on the table.
Yeah, if it weren't for these hard copy
तो
documents,
सो ही
I could have
गई।
at least made something up. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just out here trying to hit my interview quotas. Bring out the kvass. Ever read it? Best-selling newspaper in...
If I remember correctly, you guys don't even have a sales permit. You have to sell from stalls on the street.
Guys, मेरे को एक चीज बोलना है। मेरे को ना इसका ये गले का डिजाइन ना बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं आ रहा। मतलब ऐसा बहुत कम होता है कि किसी कैरेक्टर का कुछ मेरे को पसंद ना आए। इसका डिजाइन कितना प्यारा सा, ये कुछ मतलब लॉक टाइप जैसा लग रहा है या तो कुछ माइक वाइक जैसा, ये अजीब सा लग रहा है। ये आई थिंक ये काफी वियर्ड सा डिजाइन है।
Okay then, best-selling street
अबे दारू
stall
पी रही है क्या
newspaper
ये
in
बैठ के?
town. Still counts.
ये पार्लियामेंट में बैठ के दारू पी रही है, क्या चल रहा है भाई?
Order! We will now open the floor to the representatives. If there are no further substantive issues to discuss, we will then proceed to a
इसके पास
vote
vision
on
भी
this
नहीं है।
motion.
Snezhnaya has a long tradition of treating members of the Fatui armed forces and their dependents favorably. But recent surveys shows that Fatui families in remote areas have access to 15% less crystal than the average civilian family in Snezhnograd.
और भी कम।
It's been said many times before, but it bears repeating now. There needs to be a clear and consistent rationale behind how crystal is allocated, or we will soon face immense public backlash.
Perhaps you wouldn't need to keep repeating yourself if you would hear me out for once. I say again, true consistency exists only in principle. In the real world, fairness is relative. You appear to treat resource allocation as a simple function of production and population. So what about when the equipment used in production breaks down? Have you factored that into your equation? And do you even know how long it's been since Snezhnaya last conducted a census?
If I knew the answers to questions like that, I'm sure I'd be a very wealthy man. And I doubt I'd be going by child. I'd like to bring the focus back to the specific issue I
ये
raised.
पेंटालून है हमेशा भाई
Or do you
नॉर्मल
wish to
लोगों के बीच में
deny
आता
that
है।
favorable treatment for Fatui dependents is our long-standing policy?
It's easy to be a critic when there's no accountability. That seems to be a running theme in the anti-Project Stuja cohort. Defeat the ringleader and all other problems will magically resolve themselves. That's what they seem to think. But in case you aren't aware, not one jot in my report would change whether Project Stuja continues or not.
So you have no intention whatsoever of finding a solution to this problem?
On the contrary, I'm the only one here who ever brings solutions.
Child opened by speaking up for the armed forces. Regrador
अरे
struck
ये
back
इसको
with
क्या
style and a war of words ensued.
ऐसे भी डिस्क्राइब नहीं करना है, बट ठीक है।
Our reporter was live on the scene to get the audience's reaction as it all unfolded. Who do you support?
क्या रिएक्शन है? मैं तो चाइल्ड की बात करूंगा भाई। मैं रिग्रेटर भाई भाड़ में जाए।
The people have spoken. Child received raucous applause from the crowd as he pushed Regrator onto his back foot with a relentless barrage of questions.
Now you see why they don't have a sales permit.
However, this reporter wants to spin things. I haven't forgotten that Tartaglia was representing the Northland Bank when we first met in Liyue. So surely, their relationship can't always have been this strained.
हाँ, कुछ तो इनका भी डील होगा।
You two are getting off topic.
ओ सैनरोड भी
Let's
है।
focus on what the data is saying.
Mr. Pantalone, may I speak on your behalf?
Oh, please do. I'm more than happy to save my breath.
Crystal distribution policy undergoes modifications with each new period. The ultimate goal being to find the most reasonable method of allocation, which I believe is what Mr. Tartaglia also seeks. But I fear many may have been misled on this topic by extremist activists. To clarify, Project Stuja is not the root cause of the problem. It is merely a framework for resource distribution. The most recent reports all point to Snezhnaya's resilience and adaptability during this period of fine-tuning, and give clear indications that a distribution framework is improving with each iteration. To make drastic adjustments without first considering the risks would likely do more harm than good. It would be a waste of the hard-won experience we've gained to date.
Renowned scholar of finance, Arapov spoke up to clarify the fiscal logic, clearly alluding to social organizations like the Rokot in his words.
अरे यार कौन खींच गया उसको?
With the notorious Lelek still active to this day, should the Rokot be held responsible? No,
अब Rokot
there
कहाँ
is
से आ गया
someone
बीच में?
else to blame.
She's just rephrasing what Mr. Pantalone said. The Rokot are the critics he accuses of taking no responsibility. As for Lilac, you won't have heard of him yet. He's currently the most famous member of the Rokot. Well, more like ending Project Stuja has become an obsession for him. Unlike the more decent ones among us, he believes that votes in the Vetcha are all that matter. So whether it's threats, coercion, or bribery, he'll use whatever means necessary to get people to change their vote.
And since we're already on the subject, what do you think of Lelek's methods? Are you for or against?
मैं कुछ नहीं बोल सकता
Well,
इस पे.
whatever the story is, his actions benefit us all. We stand with Lelek.
At least someone here wants to take this discussion seriously. I've been considering that issue myself. What you really need is more precise regional data,
काफी
right?
serious arguments चल रहे हैं यहाँ पे.
I think it would be easiest to let the Fatui handle it, since they're already in charge of Crystal shipments anyway. We may as well get them to collect some data while they're at it.
पैंटलून पे भी vision नहीं है ना, I think.
Whatever you
तो
need,
ये
you
दो
can
लोग
ask the
हुए जिनका
Fatui to
like
look
कोई
into it
vision
for
नहीं
you.
है.
In terms of supervision, I think the Druzhna would be a good fit. I had hoped to discuss this with Miss Vesna, but sadly, she's not present.
I will be happy to take a note of your suggestions and present them to Commander Vesna for a decision upon her return. The Commander has always taken a keen interest in Project Stuja. However, given the Druzhna's demanding workload, I'm afraid it may prove difficult for them to provide any practical support.
Let us refrain from jumping to conclusions until a concrete and actionable plan is in place.
My apologies, Lord Rooster.
There are numerous issues to address here, including manpower, time sensitivity, and reporting lines. Nevertheless, I support drafting a proposal. Follow the usual procedure, and it can be raised as a new motion for all parties to evaluate at the appropriate time.
In that case, I'd like to share one thought before the proposal is drafted. The issue of time sensitivity was raised just now, which I presume relates to the official reports.
Well, यहाँ पे लोग इतने cold है, इसीलिए like probably Columbina को भी यहाँ पे अच्छा नहीं लगा.
In fact, the Energy Commission already collects regular statistics on each urban center and its surrounding area. Would these be of any use?
That's a good idea. I read every issue of Sviet Lolaidovka's report, and although my focus is mostly on the section about equipment operation, the energy consumption statistics also
quality
yield
भी
a
थोड़े
lot
improve
of
हुए हैं, guys. I
insights.
think like characters के. हम लोग अभी Genshin के like final chapters पे आ चुके हैं, guys.
Be that
इतने
as it
सालों
may,
से मैं खेल रहा हूँ यार.
does
कभी
no
सोचा नहीं
one
था ये
see an
देखूंगा.
issue with using local data to determine crystal quotas? In the long term, it seems like a very risky solution.
शेज़ना I think काफी रॉयल है, but इतने मतलब अच्छी चीजें होने के बाद ये जगह इतनी कोल्ड फील होती है ना, लाइक इसके एटमॉस्फेयर एंड लाइक बाकी सब चीजों की वजह से. हाँ, आई थिंक सब नेशंस में से मेरा फेवरेट आई वुड से नेटलैंड. ठीक है, नेटलैंड होगा. एंड मॉन्स्टैड काफी फ्रीडम, खुली हुई वाइब्स देता है. मॉन्स्टैड में कुछ है भी नहीं, ज्यादातर पहाड़ ही है, ज्यादा कुछ भी नहीं है मॉन्स्टैड पे.
Not if they are used purely for reference. So long as we have the report from the Northland Bank's headquarters to corroborate it, no one will be able to fool me.
Very well then. It appears that this arrangement is acceptable to all parties.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
The members reached a provisional consensus on the issue of improving treatment for Fatui soldiers. Today, the prima donna of the Korylevsky troupe attended a session of the Snezhnograd Vetcha in the company of a dashing young man. The question on all our minds is, what is the true nature of their relationship?
Write anything like that again, and I'm revoking your permission to interview the troupe.
चलो ये भाई 10 मिनट से यही चल रहा है डिस्कशन. खत्म करो भाई.
Now then, if there are no further contributions from those present, we shall proceed to the final vote.
Hey, check it out! What made him vote against? Why now?
इसने तो पार्टी बदल लिया।
The votes have been tallied. Those in favor of continuing Project Stuja total 61%,
चलो,
securing
जीत गए
a
हम लोग।
clear majority.
That was too close. The margin has shrunk yet again. Chuganov was a huge loss.
I'll bet Lelek is behind this. I wonder how Pulcinella will respond this time.
हाँ मतलब ये लोग तो अभी बहुत गुस्सा हो जाएंगे भाई, अगर मतलब अगेंस्ट में चला गया किसी पॉइंट पे तो मतलब बहुत दिक्कत हो जाएगी इन लोगों को।
I see. Lelek strikes again.
Yes, go, Lelek. Once Project Stuja is defeated, our unwavering support at Bring Out the Kvass will finally pay off when we make our comeback. I can taste our victory already.
ये भगवान, ये और पागल औरत।
In accordance with the result of
यार ये
this
लोग
vote,
सोच क्यों नहीं रहे
Project
भाई, कोई
Stuja
मेन
will
रीजन हो
remain
सकता
in
है
effect
पीछे।
until the next
तुम लोग
Vetcha
मरने वाले हो
period.
गधों।
Finally,
अपने
may
आर्कॉन
I
पे यकीन
remind
करो।
us all, we debate only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine ever on, and the tundra always stand firm.
ये मुझे इंटरेस्टिंग लगा। May the aurora shine over on and the tundra always stand firm. ये इंटरेस्टिंग था शेजुनाई के हिसाब से।
The session is
क्योंकि यहाँ पे
concluded.
सूरज भी उतना नहीं उगता होगा। एक तो मैप पे बिल्कुल ऊपर के साइड है, ये जो लॉजिकली फिट भी है, यहाँ पे सूरज कभी निकलेगा।
I have to say, I really wasn't expecting Chukunov to. Well, in principle, Snezhnaya's business and political elites ought to be the ones
मेरे
least
साथ
likely
अभी
to
भी पाइमोन
oppose
नहीं है
it.
क्या?
As we heard, Project Stuja is basically just a resource distribution framework that requires everyone to cut back during the winter. But even if the policy got cancelled, the Tsaritsa's energy needs wouldn't suddenly go down. The extra demand from the public would have to be filled from somewhere. I got a letter from Mr. Mitya just before today's session. He said he's confirmed that there are issues around overtime and excessive energy consumption at the Iskra manufacturing plant. In a situation like this, once the Rooster receives the report, he'll order the factory to halt production and submit to an investigation before issuing a penalty.
Ooh.
But that's a week-long process, and thus didn't make it onto the Vetcha agenda this time. I don't think he suspects anything so far. Exactly. And as you know, he's a very selfish person. I was originally gonna try and flip him after he received notice of the official sanctions. My plan was to convince him that the whole thing was completely unfair.
मुझे एक चीज पढ़ना है पीछे जाके।
Rather than just sit back and take the hit while his factory stopped production, he'd be better off voting to end Project Stuja. At least that way, but now, he's already voted against it. Which means
Lelek
someone
होगा
must
इसके
have used
पीछे।
more forceful means to change his vote. Just like with everyone else who flipped. Yeah, no one knows why Lelek is so obsessed with ending Project Stuja. But by the looks of it, he's inching closer and closer to success.
Lelek must have strong motivations, given how he'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. Maybe he knows the full truth of Project Stuja. Maybe my next step should be to focus on him.
All right. What
उससे
are your
पता चल
plans for
सकता
the
है
rest
कुछ।
of the day? Shall we head out?
Hey, comrade. I noticed you were here during the debate.
I didn't take you for a political enthusiast.
Greetings, Harbingers. I just happened to have some free time today, and my new friend here thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha.
Ah, Odette must have introduced you. Looks like you two are getting along pretty well.
I'll leave you to catch up. I should head back to the troop.
Sure. Break a leg and all that. Thought it might be fun to check out the Vetcha, did you? Things are never that simple with you, traveler. There's no way you're here for kicks and giggles. Tell me I'm wrong.
लेलेक के बारे में बता दे अगर पता है तेरे
Oh,
को।
yeah. To some, he's a captivating enigma. To others, he's the bane of their existence. No one ever thought that some anonymous nobody from the Rokot could cause such a stir. Huh? You want to look into Lelek? Then I'm sure his days of anonymity are numbered. What do you think, Sandrone?
Fine by me, I guess. If the traveler actually manages to expose Lelek, it'll be doing Pulcinella a favor. In return, it seems fair to let him in on what we've learned so far.
My thoughts exactly. Sharing is caring, after all. Head back to Glupov and grab the files on Lelik. It's easier to just pull the records than go through the rigmarole of getting the Traveler a visitor's permit.
As you command, child, sir.
In that case,
Child,
since we're
sir.
going to be waiting anyway, I'll have someone brew a pot of black tea.
यहाँ पे एक्ट 1 खत्म होता है? नहीं खत्म नहीं हुआ, अभी भी खत्म नहीं हुआ।
One common
एक्ट
thread
1
among
चले ही
the
जा रहा है
many
भाई,
incidents
एक्ट 1
Lelik
चले
has
ही
been
जा रहा है।
involved in is that the victims are all too scared to share any real information about him. His modus operandi is to silently infiltrate the scene and leave a threatening letter behind. But neither the letters nor the crime scenes ever yield any clues to his identity. So all these files have to offer are short statements by the people affected. They don't give us a lot to go on.
If nothing else, it shows we're dealing with a trained professional who's versed in counter surveillance.
Yes, and to that point, he often strikes in highly secure locations. The victims are high-ranking and influential people who take their personal security very seriously. Somehow, Lelik slips right into their rooms without making a sound. There's never any eyewitnesses, nor the slightest trace of a break-in. If he can get in and out undetected, it means he can strike without warning.
कोई फेल हो
Not that
सकता
that's
है।
ever happened so far. But the
Probably
thought
ऐसा
is
कोई जिसके
enough
पास
to scare
powers
these
है।
people sleepless. It's hard to believe that a human being could pull this off flawlessly every time.
हाँ,
So
मैं
they
वही बोल
switched
रहा
the
हूँ।
focus of the
मुझे भी fail
investigation
लग
to
रहा है
Faye. Careful. Don't underestimate me. Although truth be told, I'd probably find it hard not to blow my cover. Direct confrontation is more my style.
We haven't ruled out the possibility of Lelik being human. It's just, there can only be a handful of people in all of Teyvat who'd fit the profile. Faye, on the other hand, plenty would have the ability. But few...
No, not as strong as me. You'll never find the culprit with criteria like that. Let's go with a little weaker
than me. Okay, guys, यहाँ पे मुझे क्या बोलना चाहिए? नूविलेट से तो मार खाया है, ये स्कर्क तो इसकी मास्टर है। वेल, नूविलेट के साथ जो हुआ था फाउंटेन में वो डिबेटेबल है। बहुत लोग डिबेट करते हैं उस पर कि लाइक चाइल्ड को पीछे से नूविलेट ने मारा था एंड प्रॉपर फाइट उनका नहीं हुआ, ठीक है। तो क्या बोलना चाहिए? मुझे स्कर्क बोल के देखता हूँ, स्कर्क तो मास्टर है उसका।
There's no denying that Master is strong, but meticulous. We can only hope.
He's just trying to find a reference point. Stop getting fixated on who's stronger than who.
But that's the most
मुझे
important
नूविलेट भी
thing.
बोल के देखना चाहिए था।
In my opinion, anyway.
Odette. Yeah, that seems about right. Her skills are solid, and she's always calm under pressure.
Except she's Fatui, so the likelihood of her working against us is pretty low. But yeah, much more accurate than your previous
अबे यार,
example, at
अब ये
least.
ओडेट ना निकले।
No, wait a moment. Maybe we should interrogate that assumption.
What do you mean? Which assumption?
Her Fatui identity doesn't necessarily exonerate her. And when you think about it, the Rokot would be precisely what she needs to conceal her identity.
Plus, she
अरे
wouldn't need
यार,
to be
मैंने
such
तो
a
उस
pro
पे
at
शक
covering her
पैदा कर
tracks.
दिया ऑलरेडी, वो मेरे से
She'd
पूछा
already
भी।
know where the Fatui will be and when, so she could choose the perfect time to act. Oh, yikes. I was just thinking out loud. Why is this starting to sound like such a convincing theory? Still, what reason could Odette possibly have for trying to call off Project Stuja?
Arlecchino would be the best person to ask. She knows Odette best. Unfortunately,
Oh.
she isn't back yet.
आर्लेकिनो भी गई है सरिता के साथ, इसीलिए
Rosaline
नहीं है।
used to open up to her in private about her struggles with Odette. As I'm sure you can imagine, Arlecchino is quite a lot better with children than Rosaline was. She gave her some tips on how to handle the situation, and Rosaline managed to reach a settlement with Odette before leaving. So I suppose there were at least no lifelong regrets left behind. Beyond that, I don't know the details about that side of things. But I do know that Odette definitely has a motive to hold a grudge against Project Stuja.
हाँ?
The reason being, her father passed away during the early stages of the project.
Oh, अरे बाप रे।
That was back before it had been named Project Stuja, when things were still being worked out. But in essence, it's remained the same ever since.
Huh. The more you know. Rosaline was always so self-centered. I never understood why she started paying so much attention to Odette.
यहाँ पता है क्या सीन है, यहाँ पे सरित्सा को लोग क्लियरली उतना ज़्यादा लाइक नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि सरित्सा के मेथड्स की वजह से, बट डीप डाउन मुझे लगता है यार सबसे ज़्यादा लाइक सरित्सा ही इन लोगों की केयर करती है। लाइक सरित्सा को फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ता कि तुम मेरे बारे में क्या सोचते हो, ठीक है, मैं अपना काम करूँगी, मैं तुम लोगों का ख्याल रखूँगी, तुम लोगों को अच्छा लगे ना लगे। एक प्रॉपर मदर, ठीक है, एक माँ जैसी होती है। एंड ऑब्वियसली अभी तक तो मतलब ट्रेलर आप लोगों को देख लिया, आप लोगों को पता होगा कि सरित्सा गॉड ऑफ मतलब लव है, ठीक है, तो आर्कॉन ऑफ लव या जो भी बोल लो, बट मेन बात यह है कि वो वाले प्यार की बात नहीं हो रही, यहाँ पे मदरली लव की बात हो रही है, ठीक है। उसका बच्चा स्टेक पे है एंड ये भी नहीं पता हम लोगों को अभी तक कि उसका बच्चा जिंदा है, लाइक कोमा में है, क्या है, मर गया है, क्या है। पति तो मर ही गया है, पति तो जेनोसिस बन गया है, वो तो पता ही है। क्या है भाई, देखना पड़ेगा गाइस, लेट्स सी। बहुत सारे राज खुलने बाकी हैं अभी तो।
If you cast your mind back,
कुछ
you
चीज
may
तो
remember
नॉर्मल
that
डायलॉग
Rosaline
में
and
ही आ
I
जाएंगे, मैं
weren't
बता रहा हूँ,
exactly
देखना।
close. We had tea together a few times, but that was about it.
Odette's past is no secret. Her father was a Fatus and her mother was a very famous ballerina. On the surface, it looks like she followed right in her parents' footsteps. But the truth is quite a different story. After her father passed away on a mission, her mother was overcome with grief. She broke her leg during a performance and could never dance again. Odette was only interested in ballet at the time, but this tragedy left the family with both breadwinners gone. They could barely make ends meet. Per Capitano's policy, family members of Fatui who died in the line of duty had to be appropriately accommodated and provided with adequate assistance.
Capitano's policy और किसी का पॉलिसी नहीं भाई, ये सैल्यूट भाई, एक और बार गाइस हम लोग सैल्यूट करेंगे। भाई मैं जब ये बोलता हूँ ना, मैं सैल्यूट करेंगे, मैं लिटरली सैल्यूट कर रहा होता हूँ कैपिटानो को, ठीक है।
So regardless of how Rosaline may have felt about it, it fell to her to resolve the issue of Odette's family's livelihood. In the end, the solution they agreed upon was to have Odette join the Fatui.
Right, because the alternative would have been a one-off compensation payment, I guess. In that sense, joining up was definitely the better option. Still, she must have had mixed feelings about it, right? If she doesn't even like the Fatui...
It's just a theory. A possibility. But as a motive for Odette to become Lelik, it holds up. That said, I have no idea where Odette's head is at right now.
मुझे पता नहीं, हो भी सकती है वो ले ले, क्या नहीं भी हो सकती, देखना पड़ेगा भाई, काफी कंफ्यूजन है।
Plenty of people were on bad terms with
और
Rosaline.
ओडिट जितनी कोल्ड है उसको
I have no
पहचानना बहुत
intention
मुश्किल
of
है।
trying to figure it all out. Yes, but there's not much point in discussing that now.
Yeah, back to Lelik. Since our investigations so far have turned up next to nothing, we've got nothing to lose by trying a new angle. Funnily enough, Tonya and I had actually made plans to go to the theater tomorrow to watch Odette's rehearsal. Unfortunately, thanks to this Lelik situation, I'll be stuck working overtime again. Which means you can go in my place. No point wasting the ticket. Plus, you'll get to meet Tonya.
Spirit Seeker. Quite the classic ballet. It was passed down through Odette's mother's family for generations. Though it hasn't been performed in years. But Odette's been practicing it diligently, and it's finally ready for a return to the stage.
चलो, फिर इससे ज़्यादा perfect time और क्या हो सकता है?
Tonya's excited for it too. She's desperate to see it no matter what. Personally, it's not really my kind of thing, but since she's my little sister, I had to figure something out.
I've actually seen it several times before. The story's pretty straightforward. The lead character follows a trail of clues left behind by a spirit, gradually recovering her memories along the way. It's a tale of love and regret. So not exactly reinventing the wheel, at least by today's standards. But when that classic melody kicks in and the lead character begins to dance, it always... Not an easy dance to do justice to, though. I know it's always been Odette's dream to perform this piece, but I'm not sure she's really ready.
In that case, I think that even if she is Lelik,
we
should wait until her performance is over before we respond. I'll let you take it from here, comrade.
And पार्लियामेंट इधर ही खत्म होता है, ठीक है, पार्लियामेंट का। एंड अभी हम लोग कहाँ जाने वाले हैं? डायरेक्ट पहले में जाएंगे हम लोग? अच्छा नहीं, हम लोग पहले पाइमोन के पास जाने वाले हैं।
Sounds like you made a ton of of progress today.
पाइमोन के बिना मजा नहीं आ रहा है. पाइमोन कब जाएगी मेरे साथ?
Going so smoothly. Next
काफी
up,
खाली
is to
खाली
head
लग
back
रहा
to the theater and get a clear answer from Odette. Either way, Paimon doesn't get the sense that she's a bad person. Sure, she might have done some pretty extreme things, but Paimon bet she has
मुझे
her
भी ऑडिट
reasons.
पे उतना ज्यादा नहीं लग रहा है. देखते हैं, ले लेगा. I think कोई और ही
Maybe
है.
this is going too far, but like, with everything she's managed to do so far, wouldn't it make more sense in theory to be even more, you know, heavy hit? Why leave a letter when she could, well, we know there are plenty of other ways to keep people in line, right? The point is, so, if it is her, she's got some principles at least. Yeah! Well, all you can do is follow the facts wherever they lead. No change, really. But that thing Paimon told you about yesterday? Paimon feels like she can sense it more clearly now. Hearing you talk about your day makes Paimon itch for an adventure. If only she could be there with you so we could experience it all
कब
together.
जाएगी भाई? तू मैं भी वही चाह रहा हूँ.
Yeah, I wish you could be there too. I'm not used to adventuring alone. But don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Guess it's just one of those things. Never
At least
mind.
ये safe तो है यार.
Paimon will behave herself and keep resting.
If Odette is Lelik, she may well have inside information on Project Stuja. Her father was involved with the project's early implementation and tragically died in the process. Now, she's dedicated herself to bringing it to an end. It's hard to imagine she could have gotten this far without knowing anything at all about the Tsaritsa's true intentions. When she spoke to us as a member of the Fatui, how much did she let on? And how much was she hiding? Only time will tell. Maybe tomorrow, everything will be answered.
Hey, look! It's snowing! Could be a tough day ahead. Make sure you wrap up warm tomorrow.
यहाँ पे एक्टोन खत्म होगा क्या? फाइनली भाई. फाइनली वी आर हाफ वे थ्रू इट. तो आई थिंक मैं भी इधर से कंटिन्यू कर लेता हूँ.
You're back! Paimon's been working on the crossword puzzle in the newspaper. Oh, shoot! Paimon forgot the next word.
भाई मुझे पाइमोन के लिए बहुत डर लग रहा है. मैं बता रहा हूँ, मेरे को बहुत डर लग रहा है पाइमोन के लिए. जैसी क्यूट ये बिहेव कर रही है ना भाई, इसके लगने वाले हैं भाई. मेरे दिल के चीथड़े उड़ने वाले इस क्वेस्ट के एंड तक. ओके, कहाँ जाना है मेरे को? चलो भाई, थिएटर में चलते हैं उदित के परफॉर्मेंस के लिए. ओह, आई थिंक आई एम इन अ स्पेशल मोड. मैप नहीं खुलेगा. मेरे पास मेरा स्वॉर्ड है, अपग्रेडेड नहीं है, बट वो हो जाएगा धीरे धीरे. ओके, तो वियर्ड एंगल. अरे भाई, मुझे लगा ही था मैं गिरूंगा. यार ये तूफान कब क्लियर नहीं होता क्या कभी?
I wonder how much heavier the snow's gonna get. Here to see Odette? I just need to see your tickets for the preview. Perfect. Thank you. I'll...
काफी खाली नहीं लग रहा है.
I think I'll leave the Lelik question until after the show's over. Then I'll go find Odette.
Well, मुझे नहीं लगता वो बताएगी. अगर वो सही में है भी तो मुझे फिर भी डाउट है वो है. चलो एक कट सीन तो देखने को
Child
मिलेगा.
said he was originally going to come with Tonya. So I'm guessing Tonya's already here somewhere. Is there anyone here who looks like a Tonya? Let's see. It's a small audience. Makes sense for a preview. But wait, I do see some familiar faces.
ये दोनों भी हैं यहाँ पे. हाँ, ये दोनों बैठे हुए हैं. Hello?
Mr. Chuganov's back again by the looks of it. Oh, and is that Mitya? And that Fatui officer, Valeri. Guess he must be playing cat and mouse with Mitya again.
इसके हाथ में इलेक्ट्रोविजन.
Oh no. It looks like the show's starting and I still haven't found Tonya. Never mind. I'll just have to take a seat for now and see.
अरे यार टोनिया कहाँ पे है? चाइल्ड डांटेगा मेरे को. कटसीन? नहीं कटसीन तो नहीं. इसका स्कार्फ काफी क्रीपी तो है. क्या नोट बना रहा है भाई तू? अब मत बोलना भाई वो टूट के गिर जाएगा, ऐसा कुछ हो जाएगा फाउंटेन की तरह. बिजली कट गया. वापस आ गया. कुछ तो गड़बड़ हुआ है भाई जब बिजली कटा था. ट्रैवलर तो डर जा रहा है. ये लोग कांप क्यों रहे? हो क्या रहा है भाई? ये काफी क्रीपी क्यों लग रहा है? मुझे लगा मुझे कुछ होलसम देखने को मिलेगा. ये क्रीपी था भाई. गाइस ये क्रीपी था. मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा. ये क्रीपी था.
Hello, members of the audience. I'm a staff member here at the theater. Today's performance was a very special one for us, as it marks the first attempt in a long time to revive the classic Snezhnayan ballet, Spirit Seeker. To commemorate this occasion, we would love to take a group photo of the cast, crew, and audience members present today. Could I kindly ask the audience to please come up onto the stage?
Okay, group photo, ठीक है. कुछ बुरा तो नहीं हो सकता इसमें, I guess. बहुत कम लोग भी आए थे.
All right, everyone, huddle in a little more.
यार ये काफी स्पेशल इवेंट था, तो इसमें इतने कम लोग क्यों आए?
Camera. 1, 2, 3.
Damn. ट्रैवलर मस्त पोज मारते. ट्रैवलर को फिक्र ही नहीं है भाई. मैं लिटरली अनजान लोगों के बीच में खड़ा हूँ. ट्रैवलर कहीं भी घुस जाता.
Are you quite satisfied, Mr. Energy Scientist? I rather hope you don't have any other escape plans to add to my workload today.
What are you talking about, Sarge? This was simply my way of inviting you to watch Miss Odette's new show with me. And wasn't the performance spectacular? In the future, I heartily encourage you to take a leaf out of my book. Find some soul-nourishing pastimes to enrich your time outside of work.
ये दोनों literally Tom and Jerry वाली vibe दे रहे हैं.
It was indeed a fine performance, but I must correct you on one point. This is not time outside of work. These are working hours.
Working hours and non-working hours are just a social construct. Human technology can never advance if we're too rigid in our thinking, Sarge.
May we leave now?
Already? I mean, I was kinda hoping to soak up the atmosphere for a little longer, but... No? Okay, guess I'm pushing my luck. Didn't seem like too much to ask, but fair enough. Off we go then, Sarge. Back to the land of working hours. Lead the way.
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है भाई यहाँ पे.
That has to be her. She's the only person in the audience around Tonya's age. Excuse me. Are you Tonya?
Huh?
Your brother's busy today, so I took his ticket. Don't worry about him. He's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry for the trouble.
What's wrong? Are you sick?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing.
Maybe she caught a cold on the way here because of the weather.
मुझे तो गड़बड़ लग रही है भाई. कुछ तो अरे
I haven't seen snow like this in a long,
डोर ही
long
खुल गया
time.
भाई. बहुत गंदा तूफान आ रहा है.
Most unusual.
I know. It's completely white out there. You can barely see a thing. I've never seen such heavy snow in my life.
Let's wait it out for now.
Okay, guys.
You'd be lucky not to freeze to death in
Act
this
2 शुरू
weather,
होते
let
ही
alone find your way.
शुरू होते ही गड़बड़ होनी स्टार्ट हो चुकी है. And I am so ready for it. ठीक है, आने दो जो हो रहा है आने दो भाई. मैं ठीक है शांत चिल.
Well, look at that. Maybe we shouldn't be in such a rush to get back after all. What do you think?
Let's wait and see.
Why do you need to take it so seriously? Fate has given us this wonderful chance to take a break. We owe it to ourselves to make the most of it.
come to think of it, there's a small inn not far from here that always keeps plenty of extra blankets on hand for guests. I know the route well. Shall I head over and borrow a few blankets? That way, anyone in a hurry can wrap up warm for the journey back. Just...
Sir, there's really no need to go to all that trouble.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Wait here, I'll be right back.
What a kind gentleman. Very good. My wife and daughter are waiting for me at home, so I shall be heading back as soon as I get my blanket.
So... Are you expecting us to go back to the Armory Palace wrapped in blankets too?
Don't worry about that. I made arrangements in advance. Should I not return to the Armory Palace within 3.5 hours after Operation Showtime begins, an armed squad will be sent to collect us. They will escort us back. You are one of our key military personnel, so any weather-related risks must be...
Operation Showtime? So, wait. Every single time you drag me back to work when I sneak out, it's a whole official operation? I gotta say, you've really turned this into quite a moral dilemma for me.
It's snowing pretty hard out there. I think you should stay here for now. You seem a little under the weather.
Sure. My brother might come pick me up in a bit anyway.
और मैं तेरे
to
साथ
work.
हूँ तो तेरे को उतनी
I
ज़्यादा
should
डरने
head
की ज़रूरत नहीं
backstage and find Odette. I need to look her in the eye and ask her about Lelik.
Excuse me, are you looking for someone?
Odette?
Ah, a fan, I'm guessing? Today is just a dress rehearsal, so Miss Odette won't be meeting with fans. She's taking a well-earned rest right now. Sorry, but that area is currently off limits to everyone except the cast and crew.
Bad timing, I guess. Well, I might as well stick around. I doubt Odette will be leaving before the snow lets up in any case.
What happened to the gentleman who went to fetch the blankets? How has he still not returned?
I was thinking the same thing. It's still snowing very hard.
भाई कुछ तो गड़बड़ हो रहा है भाई मैं
Whatever the
बता रहा
reason
हूँ
for his delay, I must say I hate nothing more than people who make empty promises and... well, I have to treat my employees like that on occasion, but that's different.
You seem anxious, Mr. Valeri.
It's been nearly 4 hours since I left the armory. The army should have arrived to extract us by now. They know how much I despise tardiness and disrupted plans. There's simply no reason that they shouldn't have shown up by now.
Surely a snowstorm like this one
कुछ
counts
तो
as
गड़बड़
such.
हुआ है भाई मैं बता रहा हूँ
Few things in this world can
Traveler
stop the
अपने mood में आ
Snezhnayan
जा
army, Mr. Mitya.
Why don't you go out and take a look? They might be right outside, waiting for your orders before they dare come in.
An absurd hypothesis. I have no intention of leaving your side for even a moment until I have escorted you back to the Armory Palace.
This doesn't look like an ordinary snowstorm to me. That guy
मुझे
who
भी
left
गड़बड़ लग रही
earlier.
है
It looked like he just vanished into thin air. Either that, or my eyes were playing tricks on me.
A man-eating snowstorm? Come on. Night hasn't even fallen yet. Spare us the ghost stories.
बहुत टाइम हो गया यार
Traveler, didn't know you were coming today. How come you didn't say anything? Oh, right. I assumed you were looking for me and Vodenitsa. Odette's still backstage. Whoa, that's quite a snowstorm out there. I've been working backstage this whole time, so I didn't even notice. No wonder the audience hasn't left yet.
Is weather like this rare, even in Snezhnaya?
Yeah, snow like this. I'm sure I've seen it out in the wild before, but never in the city. Actually, I take that back. I don't think I've seen snow this bad even in the wild.
कुछ तो गड़बड़ है भाई
Something
ये
else.
रोनोवा का किया धरा है भाई
If
मैं बता
even
रहा हूँ
Alosha thinks snow like this isn't normal,
पाइमोन बेचारी अकेली
could it have anything to do with that monster people have been talking about?
We can't stay cooped up here forever. Someone needs to go out and take a look. No need. I have plenty of experience with snowstorms. Besides,
ये भी
I
गायब हो
work
जाएगा
here
बाहर
while you're an audience member. I should be the one to do it. Everyone by the door. Careful not to let the snow soak into your shoes. In a snowstorm, you gotta look after your toes above all else.
Heading out, my man? Be careful. I've been told the snowstorm eats people alive.
Thanks for the advice. I am planning to be careful. I just want to take a quick look at the situation out there.
अरे चलो ठीक ठाक वापस आ गए.
Back! He's back! How was it? What's going on out there?
Did you see any soldiers patrolling the area?
Something about this storm isn't right. There's no one out there. I didn't see a single soul. And something in the air gives me the creeps.
God.
This isn't your average snowstorm. I suspect it might be related to recent events in our nation. I strongly advise everyone to stay here until the snow dies down.
Are you serious? So all of us are trapped here now? That sounds a little far-fetched to me.
You want to go outside and see? I, for one, am not risking my neck in that weather.
This just turned from a minor delay into a major hassle.
We can only hope that our friend who went to fetch the blankets just ditched us and went home.
Is it really that bad? But my daughter, I won't be able to read her a bedtime story tonight.
Huh? What are you all still doing here? Whoa! It's snowing hard.
बहुत खराब हालत
we're
है.
stuck
चलो
here?
एक्सट्रोडेड तो मिल गई.
Oh, this is terrible. On the bright side, the theater's always well stocked with supplies. If the snow still doesn't let up as we get into the evening, you can spend the night here, everyone. At least, I assume that's all right?
Fine by me.
This seems like a sensible backup plan under the circumstances. My thanks to the theater for being so accommodating.
What are you staring outside and praying for, my man?
ये तो प्रे
You
करने
anxious
लग
to
गया.
get home too?
भाई जाने दो भाई
Oh,
बाहर.
Your Majesty the Tsaritsa, I beg you, please do not let tonight's snowstorm stop. This is a golden opportunity to spend the night under the same roof as the two top stars in all of Snezhnaya.
ये भगवान.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime
ये तो उल्टा
experience.
प्रे कर रहा है. अरे मारो कोई भाई इसको. कोई पागल.
I think I've changed my mind. Sir, if you so much as look at us funny, you'll be seeing stars in a whole other way. Behave yourself, or you'll be begging for that blizzard.
It's getting colder. We need to keep the indoor temperature up.
वो बेचारे नीचे ही बैठ गए.
Close the door and lock it tight. Let's head somewhere warmer.
अब स्टार्ट हुआ ये. ओके ये फोटो. हाँ ये क्या है? ओह ये अच्छा है. Me, the fourth descender, a traveler beyond from the stars. डैम यार ये तो अच्छी चीज है. और बाप रे. चलो भाई पीछे चलते हैं. सबसे बातें करनी है. बाहर जाने का तो कोई सीन ही नहीं है. ये क्या थिएटर है भाई. ये डेफिनेटली फाउंटेन से बेटर है.
And then there's the aristocrats. Easiest of all to deal with. You don't need to use any force whatsoever. All you have to do is show them the rope you plan to tie them up with. Do you know why?
I don't. Do tell.
Because nothing horrifies them more than the thought of a cheap, coarse rope leaving creases on their precious million.
Unexpected, but funny nonetheless. Tell me another one.
Well, look at that. I got myself a new listener. Hey there. Let me introduce myself. The name's Shram, and I'm a mercenary.
चलो
The
अब इस
kind
पे
that
तो
gets paid to
इन्फॉर्मेशन
do
है.
odd jobs for rich folks.
And I am Chuganov, an entrepreneur. If my name is unfamiliar to you, you will no doubt have heard of my factory, the renowned Iskra manufacturing plant.
Are you really that famous, Mr. Chuganov? How come I've never heard your name before?
Excuse me? Is that a joke? Or are you being serious?
Oh, I'll have to ask my rope later. He's probably tied up more entrepreneurs than I've ever heard of.
काफी अजीब कॉन्वर्सेशन था बट इट्स फाइन कंटिन्यू करते हैं
How are you feeling, Tonya?
I'm fine. Sorry to worry you. I'm used to it by this point. I take medicine for it. My brother usually helps to get it ready for me.
Child must take great care of his sister.
child में total
He's
family
never
guy है.
mentioned Tonya's illness, though.
You know, I actually find this whole thing kind of exciting. Stuck in a strange place thanks to a snowstorm. Having to spend the night with a bunch of interesting characters. It's pretty cool, don't you think?
वो बात तो है.
Exactly. It's like one of those stories where an ordinary school trip turns into a magical adventure. I've always wanted something like that to happen in real life.
I guess पूरे family में बस child ही पागल है. अरे तू सो जा.
I'm fine, really.
Look after yourself. Otherwise, your brother will come after me.
बात तो सही है भाई जिसको कुछ हुआ तो child मेरे को ही पकड़ेगा. खांसी रही है बेचारी.
My husband has major trust issues. To him, I doubt even this snowstorm is a good enough excuse for me to stay out all night.
Oh God.
That's the price of marrying into wealth. You'll get used to it. I'm not about to stop you if you want to leave. But don't drag me along. Hello? Can I help you?
नहीं भाई कोई मदद
My
नहीं चाहिए.
husband.
That's the price of hello?
You can carry on. अभी ओडित से बात कर सकते हैं. I think यहीं पे तीनों मिलेंगे. Oh अलग अलग है सब. Okay पहले इससे बात करते हैं.
This is highly irregular. A delay of over an hour during an operation like this theoretically warrants a Harbinger-level response. I wonder what the issue is.
Sarge, the day you learn to let go and just enjoy moments like this is the day you'll finally understand the meaning of life.
बीच में लाइट गई थी तभी कुछ गड़बड़ हुई.
Why, hello, sir. I believe you were the one sitting at a nearby table back at Any friend of the theater's star performers is a friend of mine. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Mitya from the Energy Commission.
Greetings. Major Valeri, head of the Special Assignments Battalion. Armory, I am here to ensure Mr. Mitya's personal safety. Please let me know if I can be of any assistance.
ये एक टैंक है guys by the way. ये like इसका build देखो भाई तुम एक बार मतलब this guy looks solid. ठीक है इससे मतलब बहुत solid है भाई इसका build.
Mr. Traveler, I cannot help but notice that Miss Odette is stealing glances at
Oh
me.
God.
Any idea what that could be about?
यार कुछ तो गड़बड़ है भाई ये ओडित को मतलब क्या
I've
क्या
racked
है
my
भाई मेरे
brains,
साथ
but I can't
बचाओ
think of
भाई
anything I might have done to
कुछ
offend
तो
her.
गड़बड़ है ये ओडित.
Perhaps she noticed me spacing out during her performance? What? You mean I really did do something to upset her? Well, thanks for letting me know.
So, Mr. Mitya, is your work related to Project Stuja?
Yes, that's right. The higher-ups in the Fatui
इसका
transferred me
scarf
from the
फिर से
Energy
मुंह बंद कर
Commission
देगा
to the
पक्का.
Armory Palace because they wanted me...
हाँ पता था देखा मैंने पहले एडवांस में बोल दिया मैंने.
Really? I can't even talk about that? Pretty sure it counts as part of my private life. All right, I won't say anything. Sorry, Traveler.
ये
As you
scarf
can see,
हटाओ
I'm
भाई
afraid
से.
this pleasant chat will have to end here.
Okay इनसे बात कर लेते हैं.
I don't think it's ever been this lively backstage before. I didn't know you were coming. Hey, have you seen Chuganov? I heard he was coming today. Have you spoken to him at all?
I'm with you. This could be just the chance we need.
Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to coax some more intel out of him. I want to know why he suddenly changed his stance on Project Stuja. What exactly happened before?
For the Rokad or just out of personal interest?
There are other people around. Don't say the R word.
Don't say the R word.
I have to say, even though today was a rehearsal and there were some hiccups along the way, Miss Odette's performance was one of the best I've ever seen. even compared to an actual show.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, especially considering the weight of the subject matter. It takes a truly seasoned professional to do justice to a theme like love and regret. Do you think we were coming on too strong? Odette's ignoring us again.
What about you? What did you think of today's performance?
अच्छा था.
Oh my, that's very flattering of you. Thank you. I'll make sure to save a ticket for you when the show's performance ready.
This doesn't seem like the time
तो
or
basically
place
एक
to bring up the
practice performance
subject
था,
of
इसीलिए
Lelek.
इतने कम लोग थे.
I need a chance to speak with her in private.
So unfair. Talk about double standards.
And now it looks like I've been spotted. You
ये
know
उधर
Mikia
देख
too?
रही है, ये मेरे को नहीं देख रही थी, उधर देख रही थी.
No, I don't. I just have a feeling that he might be dangerous.
ओके, बातचीत खत्म हो गई.
How's it looking, Alosha?
No change from this afternoon. Heavy snow with no sign of slow.
May I have your attention, please? The storm is unlikely to stop tonight, and it'll be even more dangerous outside at night than it was during. We at the theater owe everyone here a duty of care. Therefore, we strongly suggest that you
Mercenary
stay on
ऐसे
site
क्यों खा रहा है भाई?
overnight
तू
and
normal
avoid going
खड़ा हो
outside
सकता है.
unless absolutely necessary. In a few short moments, we'll give you a tour of the theater's various quarters. You can choose to sleep in the VIP room, the office, or backstage.
VIP room ही choose
On
करेंगे
the
ना
stage
बाकी
if you
लोग.
prefer. We won't mind.
I'll pass on sleeping on the stage. What if the snow is stopped by tomorrow morning? The early birds in the audience might think we're part of some experimental new
A drama about sleeping? That could be fun. Maybe we could come up with it.
Not bad. Clear selling point at least. Could be a big hit.
Anyone who doesn't wish to sleep on the stage, please follow me. I'll show you to the...
I guess I'll call it a night.
Traveler
Now I
को तो
feel like
मस्त
I
room
won't
मिला
sleep
है.
very well without pot. I'm sure she'll be worried that I haven't made it back yet. But as long as she looks out the window, she'll probably realize what's holding me. I wonder if she's feeling any better yet. At least she hasn't been
यार
getting
बेचारे
any
को पायमोन
worse.
के बिना नींद ही नहीं आती.
Still,
यार कितने
I
attached हो
should
गए.
try and get back first thing tomorrow morning.
ओ ये क्या है यार? ये एक्ट 2 मेरे को नहीं लगता मुझे बाहर निकलने देगा इतनी इजीली. वो ये कहाँ आ गया? मैं सपना देख रहा है ट्रेवलर. गाइस मैं कहाँ गया?
Welcome back to the world of the living, lazy bones. I was about to wake you. The black mist is almost on us.
क्या भाई? ये बंदा भाई काफी मिस्टीरियस है भाई. हो क्या रहा है? एक सेकंड गाइस.
Still waking up, huh? You know, the black mist. It's been chasing us from below ever since we were born. You're just dozing.
Yeah?
There's no way you've forgotten. Come on, let's keep heading up. Onwards and upwards is the only way to survive.
Here we go again. The endless march towards survival.
What's going on?
ये क्या हो रहा है भाई?
That black mist down there is creeping me out. And it's rising. Guess I should head upwards and get away from it.
अबे ये क्या सपना देख रहा है कि
The
क्या
black
चल रहा है
mist
भाई? कोई
cultists
बताएगा?
believe that being swallowed by the black mist leads to everlasting peace. But if you ask me, they're just lying to themselves.
भागो 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 भागो.
We're the only heretics left. The only ones who
ये
refuse to
कौन
give
सा
in.
हैरी पॉटर में आ गया
We
मैं?
have to keep going.
What in the Harry Potter is this?
But how do you actually know that they're wrong?
Oh shit.
Dangerous question there, Torgov.
ये
The
कौन सा
moment your
सपना है
faith
भाई?
wavers, you start a chain reaction that ends in the collapse of your will. Put the question out of your mind. Stay strong and believe that the black mist means certain death.
Okay, but it's not my mind that's the problem. My body's a...
I can't do this anymore. I've had enough of.
All this will pass eventually, I promise. Keep...
You accuse the Black Mist cultists of being liars. But you're lying too. There is no end to this path. It keeps going up forever.
The cult of the Black Mist has poisoned your mind, Sobolova. Are you thinking of giving up as well?
I am. I think I'll take my chances with the Black Mist over this perpetual torture.
As much as I detest the Black Mist cultists, I'm just too weary.
Then I bid you both farewell. Let me put my personal opinions aside for a moment and
अरे
say,
हो क्या रहा है
I
भाई?
hope that you both find peace. Fate always appears so impossibly complicated. But at moments like this, its raw simplicity is laid bare. Their fate was sealed from the instant they entertained doubt. From then on, the outcome was both inevitable and irreversible.
अरे हम लोग इनको मतलब ऐसे छोड़ देंगे, हो क्या रहा है भाई? क्या होता रहता है भाई अचानक से उठ के?
Torgov and Sobolova are gone. I never thought the day would come when even they would be swallowed by the Black Mist. Yes, it looks like it's satisfied. For now, this happens from time to time. But it won't be long before the Black Mist starts chasing survivors once again. No one knows how to stop its advance for good. Well, we should make the most of the precious moments of rest that those two bought for us. Huh? Are you really that sleepy, traveler?
ये पक्का कुछ गड़बड़ कर रहा है भाई मेरे साथ, मैं बता रहा हूँ। कुछ तो बुरा सपना दिखा रहा था मेरे को।
Help! Somebody, come quick!
क्या हो गया?
What is it, Chuganov? What's wrong? Huh?
Is it morning already? What's all the commotion? Sounds like it's coming from next door. I should check and see what's going on.
क्या हो गया भाई? कोई मर गया क्या? Guys, I'm scared. मैं ज़्यादा लंबी नहीं करूँगा ये वाली रिकॉर्डिंग, पर देखते हैं क्या हो गया। मुझे वो दोनों दिखाई नहीं दे रहे।
Don't look, Miss Tonya. Stay here. Okay.
What happened to them?
Dead?
These two people have passed away. And the strange thing is
भाई
that
दोनों
somehow
मर ही गए।
I knew this was going to happen. Have I seen this moment before? Or did I have some kind of premonition?
Let me take a look. No vital signs in either of them. They're dead.
Oh shit, भाई।
The cause of death, however, remains unclear. No wounds on the bodies, no signs of a struggle, and no skin discoloration caused by the buildup of toxins.
But just last night, they were chatting and joking away. This is so sudden.
Could they have had pre-existing medical conditions?
ये मीडिया कुछ जानता है भाई, इसको
The
पकड़ता हूँ
odds of
मैं।
them both dying of sudden complications on the same night are extremely low.
It's hard to believe that they died of natural causes, nor does this appear to be a suicide. Who was the first to discover the bodies?
It was me. But these deaths have nothing to do with me, officer. I got up early because I wanted to see if the snow had stopped. Then I noticed that the door to this room was open, and it looked like there was a man and woman inside. I just went over to see what was going on. I had no idea they were...
I can corroborate this. I was doing my morning exercises near the stage. When I saw Mr. Chuganov heading this way, I followed him. I can also confirm that I didn't see a single person approach that room before him.
The snowstorm was raging all night, and it's still going now. There's no way someone could have come in from outside.
इधर ही कुछ गड़बड़ हुआ है भाई ये।
You mean an intruder? No, not possible. I slept by the door
क्या
last
हो
night
रहा
as
है
a
भाई? मर्डर हो
precaution.
गया भाई।
There's no way I wouldn't have noticed if anyone had
मुझे
tried to
पता था
open
भाई,
it.
एक्ट 2 पूरा पीक पे लेके जाएगा हम लोगों को।
Everyone, split into pairs and search the theater for anyone in hiding or any signs of suspicious activity. I'll follow up with a full search of my own shortly. Go. There is no time to waste.
Nothing on your end either? backstage is clear. No signs of suspicious activity.
We checked the basement. Also clear. I don't think there's anywhere here that a living person could hide.
Are we certain that the theater doesn't have a back door? Or any tunnel or passageway wide enough for a person to fit through?
No, there's nothing like that. If people were sneaking in through some secret tunnel to avoid buying a ticket, we'd have sealed it off ages ago. I also checked the windows. All of them are locked from the inside, and there's no sign of anyone entering or leaving.
It sounds like we can safely rule out the intruder theory. If anyone came in during the night in this weather, there'd be no way for them to avoid leaving footprints or water stains.
This can only mean one thing. It's like one of those murder mysteries you see in novels and plays, isn't it? The ones where the killer is one of us.
We can't quite jump to that conclusion just yet.
Could he be right? It's hard to imagine something like that happening set in a theater during a snowstorm. A murder takes place, and the killer is among us. It's such a classic trope that it seems unbelievable.
Looking at who the killer targeted, and the clean entry and exit? It all adds up. I know what this is. It's obvious now that I think about it.
What is? What have you figured out?
Both victims were wealthy, well-known local merchants. And the door was deliberately left open so I would discover the bodies and witness the crime scene first thing in the morning. Such ruthless methods. This was your doing, wasn't it, Lelik?
Oh, इसको लेलक की आइडेंटिटी पता है? Hello, excuse me.
Lelik?
You mean Lelik is among us?
एक सेकंड का ये मीडिया ही तो नहीं.
Lelik. I know this code name. Member of the Rokot, anti-Project Stuja. Always works alone. I've read the case files at the Armory. Walk me through your reasoning, Mr. Chuganov. What do you know?
What now, huh? What now, Lelik? What more do you want from me? I already voted against Project Stuja at the Snezhnograd Vecha. You snuck into my house the other day while I was asleep. Left a threatening letter. And I did all that you asked. But Project Stuja cannot be so easily shaken. Not with the rooster in charge.
So he really was threatened by Lelik.
And now you're resorting to murder to threaten me. Isn't that right? I knew it. The Rokot despises the rich. The lives of the wealthy are but refuse in your eyes. Show yourself. Which one of you is Lelik? Tell me.
मुझे नहीं लगता ये मर्डर लेलिक का किया धरा है.
Was this really Lelik's doing? Would Odette really do something like this? If Odette really is Lelik, this seems out of character. But then again, how well do I really know her? I'm probably the only one here with a compelling theory about Lelik's true identity. But if I reveal it now, I'll be putting Odette in the line of fire. What should I do?
I don't think it's likely that Lelik killed anyone. At least from the stories I've heard. He's never killed anyone before. And his name has never come up in connection with any murder case. Besides, even if Lelik did want to threaten you, why resort to such an extreme and roundabout method? It's not his style at all.
Vodyanitsa doesn't know that Lelik might be Odette. But her assessment is pretty much identical to mine.
Miss Vodyanitsa, why do you suddenly feel the need to speak in Lelik's defense?
Defense? Oh, no, it's just... I'm worried that we're jumping to conclusions here, so I wanted to share my point of view. Also, I don't think the Rokot is as bad as you're making it out to be.
Well, if you think I'm so wrong, what's your theory then, Why don't you tell us who the killer is?
The case is still evolving, Mr. Chuganov. Please do not prevent others from expressing their opinions so early on in the discussion.
Even so, there's no denying that the recent threat received by Mr. Chuganov may well be an important clue.
So there's still a good chance that Lelik is right here among us. I can't do this anymore. I don't care if it's still snowing outside. I have to get out of here.
Whoa, take a beat. We all know it's far too dangerous out there. Even the soldiers couldn't get to us. Go out that door, and you might not live to tell the tale. And whoever this Lelik is,
They're surely not going to murder anyone in broad daylight. Be sensible, my man. You're safer inside.
As much as I regret having to say this, I'd like everyone to cooperate and refrain from exiting the premises until further notice. Because as things stand, every one of us is now a suspect. Unless anyone has further information to share, let's adjourn for now. Feel free to keep searching for clues, but make sure you don't go off alone.
ओके गाइस, तो आई थिंक मैं वीडियो को यहीं पे ख़त्म करना चाहूँगा, ठीक है। एक मर्डर ही हो गया जो कि मतलब बिल्कुल ही अनएक्सपेक्टेड था। 2 मर्डर हो गए एक्चुअली। तो गाइस, अगर आप लोगों को ये वाला पार्ट अच्छा लगा तो प्लीज़ वीडियो को एक लाइक कर दें, चैनल को भी जरूर से जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर देना। मैं आपको जल्दी मिलता हूँ उसके नेक्स्ट पार्ट में, तो तब तक के लिए बाय बाय।